Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Rapid Rank. Yeah, there it is.
The whitest rapper ever. Rapid Rank. Rapid Rank.
That's me. And who am I? I'm Liam. I'm joined again by
Rob.
And once again by the lovely
Ben. Ben. Rapid Rank.
Rapid Rank. Man,
Ben,
I don't know why.
Put your microphone just a touch away, Ben. Sorry, I think it is quite. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Ben.
I told you need horns for this.
We'll get some. Now, the Rapid Rank, what do we do here? We go right back to the very beginning of the That's Rank podcast, right back to the start, and we re-rank the ones we did because we might have got it wrong. So we're going to have to go back and do it again and get some new opinions on that. That's why Ben has joined us once again. Thank you, Ben.
No worries. Good to be here.
And Rob's here too. Yes, hello, Rob. So, Rob.
I was waving hello to Ben. Yeah.
It's all about me, obviously.
I rank number one.
Yes. Well, you did last time.
Well, yeah.
You're talking about yourself. You did last time. You nailed it last time. You're a seasoned vet after your first episode. You bastard. You nailed it. You did so well. But
That's
no,
true.
Tonight we're doing.
You did so well. I might put a cheeky punt on you tonight. Actually, hold on. Let me get my.
Put it in the calendar.
Running first in the Medicado. It's Ben. So tonight we're going to go back to episode number 3 or 4. I can't remember how many things we've done. Oh my goodness me. I think it's episode 4. It is episode 4 where we ranked the albums that got us through high school. Well, that could be different for different times. We're about the same age, aren't we, gents?
Mm-mm.
About the same age?
More or less.
More or less. We're in the same, block. We're in the same block.
Yeah.
So we might have very different things that we listen to. Music changes fast. But Rob, tell everyone at home a bit about the Rapid Rank. What do we do? How's this different from our normal rankaroo?
Well, normally we have 5 minutes, but tonight we've got 1 minute. So we've got 1 minute to argue for one rank, one pick. And then at the end, we take those 3 picks and we battle them to the near death. We come up with a collective 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Well, we usually do that, but tonight the Rapid Rank's a bit different because you only choose your favorite one. You don't
that's
choose
true.
1, 2, and 3.
That's
true.
1, 2, and 3. Now, last time we did have a draw, and so we had to have a bit of a gentleman's agreement when Matt was on with us last time. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right.
As always, where can they find us, Rob? Online, because we need some ideas for the wheel as well for our normal episode.
That's true. That's rankpod at Gmail, on Insta, on Facebook, on Threads, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And we love to hear suggestions from ranks. And readers and listeners love to hear their subjects ranked. So it's a quid pro quo. So everyone wins.
Yes, prid pro bro. All right. So
quid what?
It's Austin Powers thing. It doesn't matter. It's going back.
Oh, it's an Austin Powers bit.
Yeah, it's a movie, Rob. I thought you would have been all over it. My God.
Yeah.
I was trying to pander to you. All right. So 1 minute each, going right back to the best music, the albums that got us through high school. Well, what got us there, guys? What got us there? Who would like to go first?
What kind of high school did you go to, Ben, out of curiosity?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. What kind of high school did you go to?
Sorry, say that again. You cut out.
What kind of high school did you go to?
I went to, so the first part I was in a place called Feltham, so outskirts of London. It was quite a rough school. Mm-hmm. But then from year 10 to year 12, we moved to Australia. So, a place called Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland.
Oh, very nice.
So
different moods, I'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah, very different musical.
Felton's the Sunshine Coast of London, they say. You know,
yeah,
it's
do they?
Well, I just did. So someone says
Feltham is the Sunshine Coast of England.
The new marketing campaign.
Felton's the Sunshine Coast of the northern eastern corridor of the northeast of London next to Putney. It's the Sunshine Coast of Putney.
That's the place, yeah. It's the... Sounds brilliant. I'm booking my ticket right now. You know, that place.
I've never heard of it. And I've been to London. Where's Putney? Where he said, up in the north somewhere. Doesn't matter. But which way are you going to go, Ben, with your music? You're going to go Putney? You're going to go Caloundra?
I think it's going to have to be Putney. I think it's going to have to be Caloundra because, you know, those are your formative years when you're a little bit older, you're becoming an adult.
Sure.
Learning to drive, falling in love, all of that stuff.
Sure, absolutely. And Rob, where'd you go to school? Did you go to a public? Private?
I went to a private school. I went to St. Mark's Anglican Community College, which is next to Whitford City Shopping Centre.
Oh, good. So you can go wag off in the movies in the mall. Very nice.
Yes.
Am I the only private boy here?
No, I went to private school.
You did say that. Sorry, just like literally 2 seconds. Yeah. I went to an old boys school. I went to an old boys Christian Catholic brothers school.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
There was lots of wagging off there as well, and I take it.
No, you weren't allowed to wag. God would forbid it. He wouldn't allow such things. If you don't want to go to class, go to church. There are your 2 options. That's it. You know, I went to Trinity College in the city. So
class or church? Is that seeking refuge from class? Is that why you go to church?
It wasn't much of a refuge, to be honest with you.
No, it's just more class. It's just let's not go there.
Yeah,
I'd rather go to Putney.
Yep. That's my answer. Just gospel choir.
All right, so all boys school.
Yeah, that's right. So a bit of I'm just getting my timer up. A bit of angst for me. That's where I'm going to go tonight, I reckon. But let's say because Ben, you went first last time. Unless you'd like to go first again.
No, I'm happy to.
Rob, would you like to go first this time?
Sure, I'll go first. All
right, sir. Your minute starts right about now.
Well, when we did these ones first, we had a 1, 2, and 3, and I went 3 separate albums. This time I'm going to go for a compilation album. I'm going to go for, just in general, Triple J Hottest 100 Best of Albums, because back in the 90s, which is when I was at school, the late 90s, Triple J was still cool, music was still good. You just had this great collection of both Australian and international acts, of grunge, of rock, even some metal, even some kind of like electro pop. You know, you had your Regurgitators, and you'd have your all sorts. So you'd find like your mainstream hits, but you'd also find your little obscure things all on the one album, and you'd get that album, and then from that album, it was like the entryway into deep diving into a certain band. You'd go, I really love that track. I love that track. And it's a little time capsule as well. If you want to find out what being a kid was like in 1997, go get the Triple J Hottest 100 1997, and you'll have a pretty good insight into what kids were listening to.
Time. You stopped talking. All right.
I did.
1 minute up. What was number 1, 1997? Do you remember? I think I know.
I couldn't tell you.
I think
Wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Silverchair that year? Was it
probably? That was a Silverchair time of life.
It was indeed. Goodness me, I like that. It's a little bit of a hack on the rank as well. Taking like one album, being like, here's all of them all at once.
Here's like the best of the
the best of album. It was very clever.
Best of the Bee Gees. No, very good, Rob. Very good. Now, Ben, have you got one?
Yes. Okay.
The confidence is there. He's ready to rock and roll.
Hold on. Can I just kind of jump in? So number 1 of 97 was No Aphrodisiac by the Whitlams. And number 2 was Song 2 by Blur. And number 3 was Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. Number 4, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. Oh, wow. So what's the range of that 4? The Verve, Chumbawamba, Blur, and the Whitlams.
So your minute's over.
I know. I'm out.
You're doing it again. You're trying to get extra brownie points for you.
Holy shit! But this is amazing. Blink-182 was 6. Radiohead was 7. And guess who was sitting at 5? Pauline Pantsdown.
Please explain.
Yeah.
Do you remember
that?
I
don't like it. No, I don't. Never did. My shopping trolley murdered. My groceries just gone. Never heard it. All right, so we're gonna go. All right, Mr. Ben, are you ready to rock and roll? Your 1 minute begins right about now.
So the best album, or the album that got me through high school, was 10 by Pearl Jam. That album is so iconic. I can still see the poster in my room with all of them putting their hands up like that. Nearly every song on that album is just a bona fide hit. It's a time and place as well. It's grunge happening in the 90s, Generation X, Eddie Vedder swinging from the rafters, all these famous gigs. And the uniform, the grunge uniform, that album for me was also my transition away from, it helped me kind of get into rock music because growing up in the UK, it was a lot of techno rave music that was around at that time. And so I was listening to a fair bit of that stuff, and this completely flipped all of that. I started growing my hair long like Eddie Vedder. I kind of wanted to be Eddie Vedder.
Ooh, there's your time. Yeah. Didn't we all want to be Eddie Vedder at some stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't find it. You literally can't find a better man.
That's right.
Go on, sing a bit. Sing a bit.
She dreams and I don't know the words.
You got to do that.
Find a better man.
Yeah, he was like the precursor to
even flow.
Yeah. That was his kind of like, which is great. But show after show, I don't think he could sustain it.
Sing at the top of my mouth.
That's good.
Oh yeah. All right. So different generations I can actually see. So I'm going to go now because I'm going to start my 1 minute right about now. So I finished high school in the early 2000s when like your new metals and new kind of rock was coming out. So an album that really got me pushing through those angsty teenage years was Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Now, I think it was coming through, like I still have quite a broad spectrum of music, but this particular album, even if you put it on right now, I could probably sing you word for word from the start of the album all the way to the end. That's how much I listened to this album. The reason it got me through is because it had that like mixture of like amazing singing, screaming, DJing. Like it had an amalgamation of a few different genres all within one beautifully packaged CD. And you can put it on, you can listen to Chester just kind of ripping his heart out, and then he's screaming his heart out, and he's the way to kind of, he went from, Jesus Christ, time goes quick, goes from singing to screaming is kind of what started getting me into like wanting to sing and getting into that kind of stuff. Like it really kind of made me bring out my creative side a little bit more right back then when I didn't feel so much. So that's me. Whew. I like this sound much better than my last phone, I must say. It's much more pleasant.
What was the last one?
Yes. It was just like ding 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 ding. Yeah, classic.
Strings.
Even the sound was depressed by its own, like ding 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 ding. Oh, don't make me do it. Ding 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 ding. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the soundtrack for Deliverance too, really. Like it's your time is up, boy.
Oh, well, I think those are three very different and broad answers. It's quite fascinating because, like,
yep.
You know, I came into high school, I was kind of going through that stage right as Pearl Jam was kind of not obviously never petered out, but you know what I mean? Like that kind of peak of their popularity was just going away. And the Triple J Hottest 100s, man, they're classics. Anyway, I was about to go into my rank. Actually, I went last. I will go for it now. I'm actually going to go my number one as Rob's answer, the Triple J Hottest 100, only because, and this is a little bit cheating, because he did say this after his minute was up. But when he read those songs off, I was like, holy shit, that was my childhood in like 5 songs, including Pauline Pants Down, all together. My favorites. So I think that's going to be my number one for the rapid rank. I think the Triple J Hottest 100, because it gives you everything. Gives you everything. That's it.
But it was a culture around it too. Had I had my, I'm going to stop until we've all ranked. I'm going to stop.
Yeah,
until
Rob.
We've all ranked.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jeez, it's our guest's turn. Please, Ben. Sorry for the interruption.
It's fine. You asked me to come on here. I was going to say, yes, I think Rob as well, because, look, one band from an era, fine, but a CD dedicated to, all of those songs, which again, as you sort of said, Liam, when you read them out, it was like, oh God, it just puts you right back there to kind of what the zeitgeist was at the time and what people were into. So I think it was a very clever answer, and I'm going to go with that one.
Every time you read a song off, I just wanted to start singing it. Every single time. Every time. Good answer, Rob. Now, this is the quandary for Rob. Rob has won. He can't pick his own, but he's already won, which is fine. So now it's just a battle for, pride. I think I know who he's going to pick.
It's better for pride.
I think I know who he's going to pick, but it's okay.
Well, I think we had this discussion last time. I just was not a Linkin Park fan. But I am a Pearl Jam fan. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. So it would be 10 and Pearl Jam for me over Linkin Park. But as I got older, I've been more accepting of Linkin Park, I must say. But I want to just talk about the Triple J Hottest 100 thing for a little bit because it really is. It's because I haven't thought about it for ages, but it was a culture. Like, you'd have your parties, the Triple J Hottest 100 party, and everyone would be like, "What's number one this year? What's number one this year?" And Triple J was like the MTV of Australian radio at the time. Like, it was of a real time and place. It was a real central cultural place. So, yeah, they were good albums. I want to go back to them.
And I think you can actually tell when you've left that generation behind is when you listen to the Triple J Hottest 100 now, and you listen to the top 10 or top 50, and you're like, what the fuck is any of this shit?
You're like, what the hell is this?
Do you know what, though? It was so bizarre because they ended up winning that year. And I'd already said to someone that, people getting upset about the winners of the Triple J Hottest 100 was like people getting upset at the songs played at a kid's party, because and then the Wiggles actually won that year, and I was like, what? Because by its nature, for its funding and everything, it's a youth radio station, and you do kind of, it's like any of those stories where there's like a little, where there are kids and then the kid becomes too old and it becomes an outcast. He can't stay with the tribe anymore. It's that kind of thing. And Double J is like, it feels like safe refuge, because they'll play new stuff, but they'll also play, I heard the other day and I was like, man, I haven't heard this in ages. And it was like, is it Ween? And it's like, voodoo lady, shaking that guitar, crazy. Just songs of an era, of a time when you were kind of listening to it, listening to Triple J. But that's exactly it. It does it with the presenters. I was chatting to Dave Callan, and he goes, best job I ever had, but it was like Logan's Run. By the time you got to 30, they were like, you're out. You got to get out.
It's like that, isn't it? Well, guys, look, everyone listening at home, everyone watching, we all went through high school at different times, so we need to know what you listened to get through high school. So please let us know. Like, share, subscribe, put that all in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Our winner tonight, Mr. Rob, with... Oh, he's
sorry, I was reacting to the horns. The Triple J Hottest 100.
Great. I'm going to edit that twice now. Fucking wicked. All right, guys. Triple J Hottest 100. Thanks, guys, for another episode of The Rapid Rank. We'll see you next time.